Welcome to Dark Psychology Mastery, where we explore the darker aspects of human behavior. Today, we're going to ask a question that may seem shocking, but bear with us, as it's essential to understanding the topic at hand. Are you being manipulated by a narcissist without even realizing it? It's a question that may make you uncomfortable, but it's one that you need to consider. Narcissists are masters of manipulation, using their charm, intelligence, and charisma to lure people into their trap. And once you're in, it can be incredibly difficult to escape. But don't worry, because today, we're going to explore the dark patterns narcissists use to trap you, with the help of the renowned psychologist Carl Jung. Carl Jung was a Swiss psychiatrist and psychoanalyst who founded analytical psychology. He's known for his concepts of the collective unconscious, archetypes, and the process of individuation. And when it comes to narcissism, Jung had some fascinating insights. He believed that narcissists are driven by a deep-seated need for admiration and a lack of empathy for others. But what's even more interesting is that Jung also believed that narcissists often use their intellect and charm to hide their true nature. So, if you're dealing with someone who seems perfect, but somehow makes you feel bad about yourself, then you may be dealing with a narcissist. And that's exactly what we're going to explore in this video. So, let's dive in and learn how to spot the dark patterns narcissists use to trap you. One of the most interesting things about narcissists is their ability to use their intelligence and charm to manipulate others. Jung once said, "The narcissist's need for admiration is a bottomless pit." And that's exactly what makes them so adept at manipulating others. They have an uncanny ability to sense what you want to hear and will use that to their advantage. For example, let's say you're in a relationship with someone who always seems to know exactly what to say to make you feel good about yourself. They're charming, intelligent, and seem to be the perfect partner. But as time goes on, you start to notice that they're not as interested in your feelings as they are in their own. They constantly need to be reassured, admired, and praised, and if you don't provide that, they become angry or distant. That's a classic sign of a narcissist. And it's exactly what Jung was talking about when he said that narcissists have a grandiose sense of self-importance. They truly believe they're superior to others and will stop at nothing to get what they want. So, how can you spot a narcissist? Well, one of the biggest red flags is their inability to empathize with others. If someone is always talking about themselves, their problems, and their achievements, but never seems to care about yours, then that's a sign of a narcissist. Another sign is their tendency to use guilt or anger to manipulate others. If someone is always making you feel guilty for not doing what they want, or becomes angry when you don't comply with their wishes, then that's a sign of narcissistic behavior. And finally, if someone is always seeking admiration and praise, but never seems to be satisfied with what they have, then that's a classic sign of a narcissist. So, how do narcissists use their dark patterns to trap you? Well, one of the most common tactics they use is gaslighting. Gaslighting is a form of psychological manipulation where the narcissist makes you doubt your own sanity or perception. They'll tell you that you're overreacting, or that you're imagining things, or that you're too sensitive. And if you're not careful, you can start to believe them. Another tactic they use is projection. Projection is when the narcissist accuses you of having the very same qualities they possess. For example, if they're cheating on you, they'll accuse you of being unfaithful. Or if they're lying to you, they'll accuse you of being dishonest. It's a clever tactic, because it not only deflects attention away from their own behavior, but it also makes you doubt your own integrity. And finally, narcissists often use their charm and charisma to lure you into a false sense of security. They'll make you feel like you're the only person in the world, like you're the most important thing to them. But as soon as you're hooked, they'll start to reveal their true nature. They'll become controlling, manipulative, and abusive, and before you know it, you're trapped in a toxic relationship. So, how can you protect yourself from these dark patterns? Well, the first step is to become aware of the tactics they use. Once you know what to look out for, you can start to defend yourself. You can set boundaries, prioritize your own needs, and seek support from friends, family, or a therapist. And most importantly, you can learn to trust your own instincts. If something feels off, or if you feel like you're being manipulated, then trust your gut and take action. So, how can you apply this knowledge to transform your life? Well, the first step is to recognize the narcissists in your life. Take a close look at your relationships and see if there's anyone who's using these dark patterns to manipulate you. If there is, then it's time to take action. Set boundaries, prioritize your own needs, and seek support from others. And most importantly, learn to prioritize your own self-care. Take time for yourself, engage in activities that bring you joy, and practice self-compassion. Remember, you can't pour from an empty cup, so make sure you're taking care of yourself first. Another important step is to learn how to communicate effectively with narcissists. This means setting clear boundaries, being direct and assertive, and avoiding emotional reactions. Narcissists thrive on drama and emotional responses, so it's essential to stay calm and composed. And finally, learn how to forgive yourself and others. Holding on to resentment and anger can be toxic, so it's essential to let go and move on. Remember, forgiveness doesn't mean reconciliation, it means release. So, take a deep breath, let go of the past, and move forward with kindness and compassion. In conclusion, the dark patterns narcissists use to trap you are complex and multifaceted. But by becoming aware of their tactics, setting boundaries, and prioritizing your own needs, you can protect yourself from their toxic influence. Remember, you deserve to be treated with respect, kindness, and compassion, and it's essential to surround yourself with people who uplift and support you. So, if you're dealing with a narcissist, or if you're simply looking to learn more about dark psychology, then be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. We'll be posting more content on narcissism, stoicism, and personal growth, so stay tuned. And most importantly, take care of yourself and prioritize your own well-being. You are worthy of love, respect, and happiness, and don't let anyone or anything take that away from you. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.